Welcome to Card Market Catalyst, your go-to source for everything related to football card investing. Whether you're tracking the latest market trends or looking for the next big prospect, we've got you covered. If you enjoy the insights, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the show, and follow us for all our future episodes.
Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. Today, we're tearing into what might just be the most fascinating slice of the 2026 World Cup, Group C. Seriously, if you collect, invest, or honestly just obsess over football cards, you are going to want to pay close attention to this one. Now, really quick before we jump in, while we're going to be talking a lot about market strategy today, keep in mind this is just my personal market analysis, definitely not financial advice. You've always got to do your own research before making any buying or selling decisions. All right, let's get right into it. So is this actually the most exciting card market group of the entire World Cup? Well, to a casual fan who's just glancing at the draw, Group C looks pretty straightforward, right? It kind of looks like your classic David versus Goliath scenario. You've got this historic giant and a couple of perceived underdogs. But look a little closer. Through a pure investment lens, this is actually the hidden group of death for the sports card market. The sheer volatility, the underlying storylines, the massive upside, it is literally all packed right here. Okay, let's dive into this breakdown and look at pure play strength versus card market potential. You've got Brazil sitting up top at a 9 out of 10 with a full 5-star market rating. But right behind them, Morocco pulling an 8 out of 10 with 4 stars. Then we drop down to Scotland at a 6.5 and Haiti at 4.5. This mix is just brilliant. You've got a global heavyweight, a dangerously elite outsider, and these historical underdogs all grouped together. It creates an absolute perfect storm for market volatility. Trust me, there is crazy value hiding in plain sight across almost every single tier of this group. Let's start things off with the titan in the room, Brazil. Historically speaking, there is no bigger brand in international football. We're talking 5 World Cup titles, but they're a heavyweight with some pretty big question marks right now. I mean, they've been waiting for that next title since 2002. And since then, they've only reached the semifinals once, way back in 2014. Now sure, under the structure and discipline of Carlo Ancelotti, they definitely look more organized. But a lot of analysts feel they kind of lack that overwhelming, unplayable dominance we used to see from past generations. And yet, and this is key for the card market, they are still the undisputed heavyweight here, carrying the most hyped young players on the entire planet. Now, what's really interesting about this next bit of data is that despite all those recent question marks, the betting markets are still giving Brazil a massive 75% chance to win the group outright. For investors, this sky-high expectation is a total double-edged sword. Anything less than a quarterfinal run is going to be seen as a catastrophic failure, which would instantly crash their market values. But a deep run? Well, that's exactly what the market is banking on right now. So who's waiting to capitalize if Brazil actually slips up? Morocco. Now, a lot of casual observers still call their 2022 run to the semifinals a surprise. That is completely wrong. Morocco is not a fluke. They're a tactically elite squad, they're incredibly difficult to break down, and they boast players who are performing at the absolute highest levels in Europe. In the card market, this makes them a highly lucrative, high-yield secondary team. They're the clear-cut favorites for second place, and honestly, if they go deep again, their key players are going to see massive, massive spikes. And that dynamic is exactly why we cannot ignore the bottom half of the group. Scotland and Haiti are your ultimate sleepers here. Haiti is just this incredible feel-good underdog story, qualifying for their first World Cup since 1974. The expectations are virtually non-existent, but hey, big tournaments always birth unexpected heroes, right? Then you have Scotland, arriving with arguably their strongest generation in decades. Though, historically, just surviving a group stage has been a bridge too far for them. That makes their assets the ultimate low-cost boom or bust wildcards. They literally only need one massive upset to turn the entire market upside down. Moving into Section 1, the top 5 card market players. Let's see who we're actually targeting. We have to start with this crazy battle of the generations. On one side, you've got Endrick, a glaring buy with massive high potential. On the other side, Neymar, a sell with extremely high risk. These are basically two opposing forces in the hobby right now. You have Endrick's unprecedented youth upside, combined with that immense Real Madrid hype, colliding head-on with Neymar, a legend in his mid-30s, fighting off injuries, and likely playing in his very last World Cup. What we're seeing is collector capital heavily shifting away from the aging superstar and pouring straight into the new prodigy. And that is exactly why Endrick sits firmly at number 1. He is the absolute top target of Group C. Just think about the checklist this kid completes for collectors. Plays for Brazil? Check. Plays for Real Madrid? Check. First World Cup? Yes, he's incredibly young and his ceiling is basically non-existent. If Brazil goes deep into this tournament and Endrick is the one out there scoring the crucial goals, his rookie cards are going to be the biggest winners of the entire tournament, bar none. Let's look at our number 2 player, Vinícius Júnior. Now, his market really comes down to one vital concept: being priced in. That simply means the current value of his assets already includes the expectation of future success. Vinícius is already an established global superstar, and his card prices are already astronomical. So while he is our number 2 ranked player, he is strictly a hold. For his card values to experience any sort of explosive jump, a regular good performance just isn't going to cut it. He practically needs to win the whole World Cup and take home the MVP trophy to significantly move his market. All that massive success, it's already priced in. Which brings us to where the smartest money in the group might actually be: the high-floor veterans from Morocco. Achraf Hakimi is a strong buy offering low risk and high potential. He's the undisputed leader of Morocco with that global PSG fame backing him up. Then you have Brahim Díaz, another buy, carrying medium risk but very high potential. He plays for Real Madrid, he's technically spectacular, and honestly, he's significantly undervalued compared to other stars of his caliber. Hakimi and Díaz give you the absolute best ratio of risk, current valuation, and potential tournament-driven price spikes. But hey, what if you want to swing for the fences? Here are your sleepers. Bilal El-Khanous is the top sleeper pick here. He has the highest chance to really break into that elite tier of international talents during this tournament. Then there's Scott McTominay, the face of Scotland. If they somehow shock the world, his market will absolutely erupt. And finally, Abde Az-Alzali, the quintessential boom or bust tournament player. The thing is, these guys don't need to lift a World Cup trophy. They just need 1 or 2 explosive games on the global stage to grab a worldwide market attention and literally multiply their card values overnight. So bringing it all together, here is the official group prediction. Brazil takes the top spot, Morocco locks in as runner-up, Scotland fights their way into 3rd, and Haiti finishes out in 4th. Look, Brazil has the firepower, and they really should ultimately win the group. But as an investor, the real battle for value lies in that chaotic fight between Morocco and Scotland. While Brazil's progression is mostly already priced in, a deep run by Morocco or a historic group stage survival by Scotland, that right there is where the explosive multiplier effects are hiding. So I want to turn this over to you guys. Which player from Group C has the biggest card market potential for you? Are you going to ride the massive hype train of Endrick? Are you betting on the tactical brilliance of Hakimi? Or are you rolling the dice on a huge sleeper like McTominay? Drop your thoughts, keep doing your research, and definitely keep a very close eye on these assets as we get closer to kickoff. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Stay sharp out there, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.
Thanks for listening to Card Market Catalyst. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into football card investing, make sure to like and subscribe.